All right, let's just jump right in. What we're going to do here is pull apart this digital puzzle. It's this fascinating mashup of ancient Egyptian symbols, modern computer code, and something called generative art. And to figure it out, we've got to take it apart, piece by piece, you and me.
Okay, so first things first, just look at this. It's a wall of pure visual noise, right? It's this crazy jumble of symbols, glitches, and text that looks like it's from some alien language. It honestly feels like something broke. You know, like a computer just gave up and spit out this chaos.
So that's really the big question we're tackling. What in the world are we looking at? Is it just random junk, digital garbage, or is there actually something meaningful buried in all that static? You know, like a ghost in the machine.
But here's the thing. There's a key. Buried deep inside all that mess is this one single clean character. It's an ancient Egyptian hieroglyph, specifically a fledgling bird. And this one little symbol, this is our thread. This is where we start pulling.
So let's talk about what we're actually dealing with here. Because this isn't just some cute drawing of a bird, right? It's a symbol. And that means to really get it, we have to start peeling back to layers. There's way more to it than meets the eye. The power of any symbol is that it always points to something bigger, a reality beyond just what you see. Think of it like a container, a vessel for meaning. And, some esoteric schools of thought took this really far. They saw the entire natural world as one giant system of symbols, with every tree, every animal, pointing to some deeper metaphysical truth.
Let's take an example you've probably seen before. The caduceus. It's not just one thing. It's a bunch of symbols all fused together. You've got the wand in the middle, which can stand for the axis of the world. Then you have the two snakes, representing this flow of energy or healing. And see that bird at the top? In many versions, that's there to represent the soul or the spirit. See how they stack meanings?
And this is exactly why our little fledgling is so perfect. It's just packed with these kinds of transformative meanings. In Egypt, it could be the soul flying away. It's often seen as a divine messenger. In alchemy, birds mean a process is activating. But for us, the most important meaning, the real key to this whole puzzle, is this idea of a second birth. Because it comes from an egg, a fledgling is considered twice born, once from its mother and again when it hatches from the shell. That's a super powerful symbol for being initiated into a totally new way of being.
Okay, so we've got this ancient symbol, and it's just loaded with all this deep meaning. But how does a 3,000-year-old idea end up on a computer screen? That brings us to the next layer of this whole thing, how you translate ancient meaning into modern machine language.
It's pretty simple, actually. To you and me, we see a bird. To a computer, it sees a number. That's it. Every single character on your screen right now, every A, every B, every smiley face, and yes, every ancient hieroglyph, it's all just a number to the machine. The system that makes this work is called character encoding. The big universal standard for this is something called Unicode. It basically gives every character its own unique address. So the letter A is U plus 0041. A smiley face is U plus 1F60A. And our fledgling, its unique code is U plus 1311A. That number is how any computer, anywhere on Earth, knows exactly which symbol to render. It's the command that says, draw this bird.
All right, so we get the symbol, and we get the code behind the symbol. But what about all that chaos, that crazy, distorted text from the beginning? Was the computer just having a bad day? Nope, that wasn't an accident. It was completely on purpose. It was an artistic choice.
So let's start with something clean. The phrase Unicode drift. Simple, easy to read, no problem.
And now look at it. This mess is often called Zalgo text. But here's the trick. It's not a real glitch. It's a very clever artistic technique. The name for it is Unicode drift. It works by intentionally piling on, sometimes hundreds of special little characters, right on top of the original letters. The whole point is to create this haunted, corrupted, glitched-out vibe.
Okay, let's recap. We've got the symbol. We have the code that renders the symbol. And we have the artistic trick used to corrupt it. But that leads us with the biggest question of all. Who or what
is the creator here. You know, this idea of generating something new by mashing up old symbols, it's not new at all. It's ancient. Take a look at this Celtic piece. The artist literally fused a horse symbol with the solar wheel symbol. That's not just pretty decoration. That's a generative act. They created a totally new hybrid symbol with a whole new meaning.
Fast forward to today, and we call this generative art. But the principle's the same. The artist's job just shifts a little. Instead of painting the final picture, the artist designs a process, an algorithm, a set of rules. Then they hand those rules over to the machine, and the computer executes them to render the final piece. And this is so important. The computer is a tool, a ridiculously powerful paintbrush maybe, but still a tool. The vision, the idea, that still comes from a human.
And this all connects to a really deep idea about what it means to truly name something. Think about it in 3 levels. A referential name is just a label, like calling my mug, mug. Not very useful. An essentialist name is a description, like a ceramic vessel for hot liquids. Getting closer. But the generative name, that's the holy grail. The generative name is the recipe. It's the blueprint, the set of instructions for how to make the thing from scratch. If you know its generative name, you know its very soul.
And just like that, we have all the pieces. The symbol, the code, the art, the creator. So let's go all the way back to that chaotic mess we started with. It's time to finally decode this thing. And it turns out the generative name, the recipe, was staring us in the face the whole time. Chroma Zalgoglyph. Look at it. Each part is a clue. Zalgo and Unicode drift. That's the glitchy art style. Encoding, that's the technical layer, the U+ code. Glyph resonance refers to all that deep symbolic meaning we talked about. And words like genesis and fractal pulse, they're telling us this is about the creation of something new, something dynamic and alive. The name isn't just a name, it is the instruction manual.
Which brings us back to our little bird, the fledgling, our key, a symbol for the soul, for new beginnings, and for being twice born. And think about what that means here. Its first birth was as an ancient idea, a symbol carved in stone. Its second birth is happening right now, on our screens, rendered by a machine. It's hatching from a new kind of shell, a shell of code and algorithms and glitches, and emerging as a totally new form of life, a piece of generative, digital art.
So where does this leave us? It leaves us with this incredible, mind-bending question about the future. We are building machines that don't just compute for us anymore. We are teaching them to create with us, using the oldest and most powerful tools we have, our symbols. So the question is, what new symbols are we going to make together? And maybe more importantly, what are they going to teach us in return?
So we end right where we started, with the fledgling. But it looks different now, doesn't it? It's not just an echo of a lost civilization anymore. It's become a symbol for a new one that's just starting to break out of its shell.